Hey, well, World Entertainment, and the hunt for Gollum is on its way, but we haven't actually heard much news about it lately, until now. And this news may actually be bad news, and I don't think fans will be too pleased, because it's a rumour. Now, we'll keep that in mind, it is a rumour, but it looks like there may be a major recasting happening for the movie. Yeah, now it's not who you might think it is, because everybody's probably thinking, that's Sir Ian McKellen, isn't it? He's going to have to drop out because of his age. No, it's not Ian McKellen, which makes this recasting even stranger. But let's dive into this. So, The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, is rumoured to be recasting one of the franchise's most iconic characters. Although Andy Serkis and the studio were keen on recruiting Viggo Mortensen from the original cast, it seems the upcoming film will have to find a new actor to portray Aragorn. Night Edge Media is reporting that The Hunt for Gollum is looking for a new actor to portray Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings spin-off. In fact, it sounds like Serkis has already met with a few contenders for the role, although no names were divulged by the outlet. It was previously said that the production intended to use CGI to de-age Mortensen to play Aragorn once more, but it seems they have decided to forgo the complex process for a recast. The film takes place during the events of the Fellowship of the Rings when Aragorn is sent by Gandalf to hunt for Gollum. I'm pretty sure it takes place before the Fellowship of the Rings, but okay. The Hunt for Gollum is set to release in theaters on December 17th, 2027. The official cast currently features director Andy Serkis as Gollum and Sir Ian McKellen as Gandalf the Grey. That's not quite accurate as well. At this stage, Serkis is the only person actually officially attached to this. Elijah Wood is expected to reprise his iconic role as Frodo Baggins as well, though that has not been confirmed just yet. Meanwhile, Orlando Bloom has been open to a potential return as Legolas, last seen in Peter Jackson's Hobbit trilogy. When it comes to Mortensen, he also seemed interested in the hunt for Gollum, but that seems to have fizzled out. Now, this is what's strange about this. So, they want to recast Viggo Mortensen for a younger version of Aragorn, yet they're going to still use Sir Ian McKellen as Gandalf, which you would still have to de-age him a slight bit, because he is much older than he was then. Elijah Wood, who is much older than he was back then. So it's like, oh, hang on, you're willing to work with these guys, but not Viggo Mortensen? Why? So in 2024, Viggo Mortensen said in an interview that he was open to reprising his iconic Lord of the Rings role in The Hunt for Gollum. Of course, his willingness to return seemed to hinge on whether the story was right enough to justify putting on his costume again. The three-time Oscar nominee moved on from the genre-defining franchise after Return of the King, but it certainly sounds like a long-awaited return was in the cards. I should say, on the cards. Who wrote this article? So, this what he said back then was, sure, I don't know exactly what the story is. I haven't heard. Maybe I'll hear about it eventually. I like playing that character. I learned a lot playing that character. I enjoyed it a lot. I would only do it if I was right for it in terms of, the age I am now and so forth. I would only do it if I was right for the character. It would be silly to do it otherwise. So that's what he said. Now, you can hear him saying, like, if I was right for the age and stuff like that. Now, the fact that they could have de-aged them, it still would have made sense to use them. It's going to be weird if this movie gets done where they've recast Aragorn with a younger actor, and then we still see Ian McKellen and Elijah Woods. you're gonna like, especially if they bring those two in and actually de-age them, you're gonna go, well, hang on, why then did you pass on Viggo Mortensen? It's such a weird thing. It's also weird that at this stage, you know, the movie has a release date. What was it? The 17th of December of 2027? That the only person as of now officially cast in this thing is the director and the guy playing the main character. It's like, oh, that's handy, isn't it? So, is it like, whose choice right now is it to recast Aragorn? Is it the studios? Is it Andy Serkis himself? Is it maybe Viggo himself? That's like, you know what, I don't want to. Maybe he has now seen the script and it's just like, Jesus, no, I'm not doing this. Don't know, but I don't like the idea that they're going to recast. Like, the Lord of the Rings is one of those things that it's not meant to rhyme, but it did. It's such a loved franchise. It's such a loved trilogy of movies. It's so groundbreaking. It was like, you know, a lot of people consider the greatest trilogy ever made. The fact that they would even be willing to entertain the idea of recasting one of its most important characters, yeah, that seems weird. And the fact that we're not hearing Andy Serkis is coming out and going like, no, we need Viggo. It's either him or we don't use the character at all. Well, he doesn't seem to be doing that. At least not publicly. Like, why are we not hearing from him saying like, no, we are not recasting this character? Maybe he could come out and say, look, we're just not using Aragorn in this story or something, which makes no real sense. But it's just the idea that you're willing to bring in two other characters, or I should say actors, especially one who has aged incredibly well, by the way, you know, good on Ian McKellen, but the fact that you're willing to bring him back in, you know, at his age, and Elijah Woods, who has significantly aged more than when he did those movies, but you're going to recast Aragorn because it's like, he's too old, we don't want to de-age him. It's like, what the hell are you going to do with these two? I don't know. It's bizarre. It's also bizarre that at this stage we have no official casting announcements as of yet. Because with the amount of CG that this movie will need to use, you would think they would be like ramping it up very quickly to get in front of the camera as soon as possible. Mind you, for all we know, Andy Serkis could have already been doing some motion capture stuff for this movie. Which, if that is the case, if he has done that, I don't like that either. I don't like the idea that he was doing this without anyone else. Just that, oh, we can then insert them into the... Don't like that idea. You know, you want them to do it the way they did it originally. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this. And it's going to be even more interesting to see what the fans' reactions are. Which is why we'll now turn it to you guys. Because, what do you think of this news? Do you think it's the right move? Do you think it's stupid? And there's maybe something more to this? Like, what do you guys think about Viggo Mortensen not being brought back because of his age, and they don't want to de-age him, but they want to bring back Elijah Woods and Sir Ian McKellen? Do let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the hype button, let YouTube know these videos are worth checking out. Check out the memberships if you want to have exclusive videos. And with that, I shall leave it there. Cheers. And I'll catch you in the next one.